Hello students, welcome to this video, and today we are going to talk about measurements, and in that we'll learn about what is so-called unit and what is measurement. In the previous video we talked about what is the meaning of physical quantity, and we learned about two categories of physical quantities, and one was fundamental physical quantity and the other was derived physical quantity. We learned about 7 fundamental quantities, we learned about their units also, but let us now understand what is the meaning of unit. Okay, so let us start. So unit is nothing but a standard quantity of a physical quantity. Okay, it is a standard quantity, a standard amount of a physical quantity. Okay, it is defined for every physical quantity. This standard amount is decided by an organization known by the name of System International SI Units. In short, we call it SI. Okay, SI units we call. And why it is important to like define a standard quantity so that we can communicate with each other. Okay, bring 1 kilogram of sugar. So 1 kilogram of sugar from market, if I'm asking someone to bring, it should be exactly the same quantity what I am expecting. That means I should also understand that how much is 1 kilogram of a sugar, and he should also understand how much it is. Okay, what quantity he has to bring. So that's why this organization sets up the standard value of or standard quantity of every physical quantity. Okay, and universally it is very acceptable to all of us, and we use it for our communication and for our business transactions and all those things. So see what is the importance of unit. Okay, so it's a standard quantity or amount of a physical quantity which is defined for all quantities. Okay, there are different system of unit also. Earlier we used to have the measurement in pounds. Today also we have. Okay, we can measure in grams also. Same thing, I'm talking about mass. So mass can be measured in 2 3 different like units, pounds, lb. Okay, so all those things, these are the symbols basically. All these things or all these systems of unit we can use to measure so-called mass of any body. So we'll talk about in detail what are these systems of units which were there and what is useful at this point of time, majorly what we use. Okay, so we will learn about SI system also. We will learn about our previous predominant systems also. Before that, let us understand what is so-called measurement. Measurement is a very simple thing. Let us try to understand. Suppose you must have seen a weighing machine. On one side you keep the uh, let's say anything you are measuring, let's say sugar, certain amount of sugar you are measuring. On the other side you keep the weights, right? I'm talking about a physical balance. Okay, these days we have got digital balance also. When you put something over it, it will show you the value of that particular mass. Okay, so measurement we can say in short that it is the comparison of a given amount of some physical quantity with the standard value of, or you can say how many times of that standard value, so-called unit, is contained in a given amount of a physical quantity. Okay, so it's a, let me write the definition first. It is the process of finding out how many times of the standard quantity, so-called the unit, is contained in a given amount of a physical quantity which we are trying to measure or which we are trying to quantify. Okay, So it's a process of finding out how many times of that standard quantity. Let's say if we are having some amount of sugar, so we will compare it with the number of times that one unit is contained in this. So if let's say 10 times it is of the standard unit, then we will say it is 10 kilogram, given that we are comparing it with 1 kilogram and 1 kilogram being the standard. So this is the basic idea behind units and measurements. Okay, so let's move on. There are systems of units, as I told you, and those systems, one is your SI system. Okay, one was your MKS system. Earlier it was quite prevalent, and there was CGS system, then FPS system. What is the meaning of all these? I'll tell you. SI system is what we use right here, right now, and all those 7 fundamental quantities what we had, I gave you the units in the previous video. You can check there. Today we'll talk about these 3. So MKS means meter, kilogram, second. CGS means centimeter, grams, second, and FPS means foot, pound, second. So you can understand why the names has been given like that. In MKS system we use for length meters, for mass we used to have kilograms, for seconds, for time we used to have seconds. Similarly in CGS unit we have got centimeter for length, grams for mass, and for time again it's seconds. So in all 3 systems we have second for time, and for other quantities it is changing. So foot is a unit of length, pound is for mass, and again second is for time. So like this we used to have 3 system of units, and now we majorly use this SI system. Okay, so this is what we have. Now we have to understand next how the interconversion takes place, like 1 meter is equal to 1 centimeter. Okay, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, right? So all these interconversions, so it's very important to understand how they are interrelated. Ultimately they are all length, so length can be expressed into a common unit, that's okay. So 100 centimeter over here is equal to 1 unit over here. Okay, so that's the basic idea. How this is important, why this will help us, is that suppose you have to convert 1 meters per second into, like, let's say kilometers per hour. So the knowledge of conversion from meter to kilometer should be known to us, from seconds to hours should be known to us. Okay, we'll also learn about something called the prefixes which we use, like kilometer, millimeter, right, centimeter, hectometer, decimeter, decameter, and all those things. So we'll talk about all those things as well in the next video. Thank you.